Welcome to another episode of The Dissection. The foundations are withdrawing from the current stage of the national dialogue. And this is nothing short of a major blow for President Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC as they try to sell the 700 million national dialogue process. Already, there were many people saying that General Mkhwanazi has started the national dialogue mahala, for free 99, and that there's no need anymore for a national dialogue that really could be an email, that really could be a podcast, that could be a Zoom conversation. They said Mkhwanazi has started a national dialogue that is making politicians and criminals panic. Already, the public is saying they don't see the value in this 700 million rand talk shop. Now, with the withdrawal of these prominent foundations and the reasons that they've stated for withdrawing, this is definitely going to add DJ Maphorisa and Kabza to the beat. Already the beat of the drum was strong against the national dialogue. Now it's an Amapiano hit. I don't know if this national dialogue is going to make it. So the plan around the national dialogue was that there'd be two stages. The first stage would be a preparatory convention, which was going to be held on the 15th of August, which is next week. This is Friday, the 8th of August when I'm recording this. And then an actual dialogue series of conversations, which will happen throughout 2026. Now that plan may be affected by these developments. Let's look at what the foundation said was the basis for their withdrawal. So they issued a statement, and I'm going to read parts of the statement for you here. Statement by the National Legacy Foundations on our withdrawal from the preparatory task team of the National Dialogue of South Africa. It is with deep regret, but unwavering conviction. They're starting strong. Deep regret and unwavering conviction that we have resolved to withdraw our participation from the structures of the preparatory task team and the first national convention of the National Dialogue scheduled for the 15th of August 2025. This is due to our belief that core principles meant to underpin the whole national dialogue have been violated in a rush to host a gathering on August the 15th. We do so not out of apathy or disengagement, but because we remain committed to the belief that all aspects of the national dialogue must be credible, principled, and anchored in public trust. We, the undersigned foundation, representing the legacies of Steve Biko, Chief Albert Luthuli, Thabo Mbeki, Oliver and Adelaide Tambo, F.W. de Klerk, and Archbishop Desmond and Leah Tutu, have been honored to serve as custodians of the emerging national dialogue process. Over the past year, we have committed ourselves to convening a citizen-led, inclusive, and accountable platform to help South Africans confront the deep systemic crises our country faces. Here's why we are withdrawing from the first national convention. Reason number one, the erosion of citizen leadership. What began as a citizen-led initiative has unfortunately, in practice, shifted towards government control. In pushing forward for a convention on 15 August at the will of government officials and against the advice of the subcommittee chairs, we believe that a critical moment in which citizens should be leading will be undermined. The principles and important nature of being a citizen-led process are being sacrificed for the sake of expediency. Reason number two, loss of a meaningful platform for dialogue. The rushed timeline, constrained logistics, and limited interactive design mean that the proposed convention no longer offers a meaningful platform for engagement. The structure risks becoming symbolic rather than substantive. More performance than participation. We cannot lend our names to a gathering that does not allow for genuine dialogue. Furthermore, the National Convention was envisaged as a kickoff event for the real heart of the national dialogue, community, sectoral, and citizen-led engagement. As yet, there is no agreed-upon plan for the rollout of the real dialogue, and as such, the National Convention is premature. Reason number three, lack of financial and operational infrastructure. The continued absence of a confirmed approved budget allocation and a last-minute commitment of initial funds has made sound preparation impossible. This raises real risks of a poorly organized and unaccountable process. The push to proceed has created pressure to engage in emergency procurement, which may violate the Public Finance Management Act. The lack of resourcing has affected the logistical readiness for the convention, but even more so, the possibility of it being a substantive and meaningful engagement. Without programmatic operations, communications, and other critical capacity, the event will not be a credible launchpad for a truly transformative process for South Africans. We are unwilling to participate in a process that undermines the very principles, governance, and accountability values that the dialogue is meant to strengthen. Reason number 4, strategic misalignment with the preparatory task team. There are deep disagreements within the preparatory task team over the nature of the dialogue, readiness, governance, and risk. Without shared clarity and alignment at the core of the process, moving ahead would be destabilizing to the national effort. Unfortunately, this strategic misalignment revolves around the move away from citizen-led national dialogue to a government-led process. Reason number 5, integrity before timelines. Fixation on the 15 August date risks turning the convention into a performative milestone rather than a meaningful launch of a national process. Deadlines cannot override substance. Dialogue cannot be built on haste. They say they've got an ongoing commitment. They say the following: the decision to withdraw from participating in the preparatory task team and the 15th August First National Convention does not represent a withdrawal from the National Dialogue Project itself. We propose the convention be rescheduled to after 15 October 2025, allowing for adequate preparation, coherence, and participatory integrity. We will continue to champion the core principles at the heart of the National Dialogue, that is citizen-led and is committed to the fundamental transformation of South Africa for the benefit of all of its people. In conclusion, the National Dialogue is a generational opportunity to reconnect the people of South Africa to each other and the democratic project. But we cannot pursue that goal by cutting corners, centralizing power, or rushing the process. We therefore withdraw from the preparatory task team and current convention plans as they currently stand in order to protect the long-term credibility and integrity of the dialogue. Issued on behalf of the Steve Biko Foundation, Thabo Mbeki Foundation, Chief Albert Luthuli Foundation, Desmond and Leah Tutu Legacy Foundation, and the F.W. de Klerk Foundation. This is tough. This is hectic for the Ramaphosa administration, for the national dialogue. Some of the issues which have been raised here are really a blow to the legitimacy of the dialogue, the gravitas of the dialogue. These foundations have been given platform previously, currently as voices of morality, paragons of virtue. When they criticized Zuma, for instance, that was something that was widely reported. So to have them weighing in like this with these issues is a major blow, saying that they believe that, the rush is leading to violations of the Public Finance Management Act, that there's no plan around how the actual dialogue will happen, that it's going to be a government-led process as opposed to a citizen-led process. These are significant criticisms happening at a significant time, which is not ideal for those who are proponents of the dialogue. It's a blow to the legitimacy of the dialogue. It's an undermining of the launch of the dialogues because the points being raised are critical, skeptical about the dialogue. As if it wasn't in enough trouble, this has added fire to the flames. Tupac wasn't even joking, guys. Mzansi is a movie, a drama, a series. He wasn't playing. He was telling you, just when you think something is stabilizing, normalizing, coming down, boom, shakalaka. Something else happens. About time to listen to Boom Shaka. That's what happens, right? So at this stage, we have to really ask, will the dialogue even happen? That's a legitimate question at this point. There are issues of money, there are issues now of credibility, there are issues of integrity. The dialogues are already not popular. The loss of these foundations is going to be something that is critical and harmful to the perceptions that were trying to be cultivated about this. And the other processes that are playing out, and I'm talking here about the ad hoc committee in Parliament and their process looking into the Mkhwanazi allegations, when we have the commission of inquiry into the Mkhwanazi allegations, all of those will take up a lot of oxygen, a lot of attention. I don't think that people will be tuning in to watch these national dialogues in and of themselves as they are designed. They are not a pulling card, they're not a draw card. And the costs themselves may prove to be something that the ANC government is not willing to fully commit to. And God forbid, Hoshkari fathers emerge from this. Imagine a Hoshkar father coming out of Hoshkar behavior linked to this particular national dialogue. That would be something totally a mortal blow to the process and the credibility. President Ramaphosa still wants to do this. I think they will try to push through to go ahead. But as things stand, this is a major blow. What do you think? Were you going to participate in the national dialogues? Do you take these foundations seriously? You know, some foundations have been criticized and NGOs, etc. Do you take Steve Biko Foundation, Thabo Mbeki Foundation, Chief Albert Lutuli Foundation as legitimate, credible, strong voices on issues such as this? Where do you stand? Even the eminent persons, hey, that whole eminent persons conversation is another side. There are some people who are eminent. It can just be an athlete, but if they think that, you're going to help them with the dialogue, you become an eminent athlete, an eminent model. Are you eminent where you are? Watching from where you're watching, whether it's your phone, laptop, TV, are you an eminent somebody? I'm going to tell you, everybody who's watching this video, you are eminent dissectors. Prominent, eminent, significant dissectors. I value you. Let's talk in the comment section. I'll meet you there. What do you think about this development?